found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
I covered up the towel.
Okay.
I didn't want him to see it. We didn't want him to run. I don't want to look at it.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
At approximately 1:48 p.m. on March 1st, 2021, police at Grand Junction, Colorado received an emergency call from a very panicked mother. The mother reported that she had just discovered a human head in her son's closet.
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human head.
It's a what?
I think it's a human head.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
I just need to come. Do I have to take a picture and send it to you?
What's
Can
the
you just
address?
come?
Is your son there now?
He just pulled up. We wanted to make sure he was here before we called.
How old is he?
19. He's had a little bit of a fascination with the morbid, but he was channeling it, I thought, into becoming a crime scene investigator, but not so much.
Do you think he's going to be cooperative with us?
I don't know. I don't think he'll be violent. Just came back from his friend's house.
Does he have any weapons in his room, or do you guys have any in the house?
I don't know. I think that he has a shotgun, but we can certainly remove it immediately before he gets in his room. He's out by the car now, so.
Is the bag still in the closet?
No, it's in my kitchen sink. And there's a secondary bag that I have not opened. It's currently covered with a towel.
And there's a second bag?
There's a second bag, though I don't know what's in it. I didn't open it.
I'm sorry. Did he take the second bag out of the closet?
I took the second bag out of the closet and put it in the sink.
Where's Brian now?
I think he's still out front.
And you're in the backyard now?
I am, yes, because I don't want him to hear me.
Very soon, multiple police officers quickly arrived at the scene to investigate this horrifying case.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Cooperate.
Standing in the middle of the frame is Brian. To the left is his father, and to the right is his brother.
I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Brian appears to be very proud as he admits to the police that there is a human head and hands in his room.
Do you have anything on you he's going to cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm going to have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right? I'm going to have you walk over here. You're going to sit in the back of my partner's patrol car for a minute, okay? Not yet. Okay. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay? Can you walk me inside, please?
Let's walk you all through this, what happened in the very beginning.
Okay.
Let me do it. You go inside.
Well, let's stay out here with me for a minute.
Let's sit down.
The woman who is nearly collapsing is the one who reported to the police and is also the mother of the suspect, Brian. Her name is Terry Coey.
Come on, sit down, baby.
Can I go in there and verify here
Oh,
first?
yeah, please.
Let me
We
go
haven't
through
seen
that.
it. Yeah, we haven't
Okay.
looked at it.
It's under the towel in the sink.
Okay.
Yeah, Annie, stay with your mother. Give her a...
Just make sure that guy goes in the car first.
I can stay here. You can go in the sink, right?
Well,
The sink
okay.
right there. No,
Yeah.
you can understand.
Yeah.
House is empty.
Okay.
We just had a bad feeling about what happened this weekend.
Okay.
And she said there's a bag in his closet, and she opened it up. And she called me and said, get over here right now.
The deputy correctly asks for permission to enter the house so that he can confirm the grim contents of the kitchen sink.
I covered it with a towel.
Okay.
I didn't want him to see it because we didn't want him to run. I don't want to look at it.
So the police confirmed that the object in the plastic bag was indeed a human head.
Yep. Just sit back there and hang out for me, okay?
How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you? You said your name's Brian?
Yeah. I'm not feeling too well.
You're not feeling too well? All right.
No, these past few days I've been very, very anxious.
That's understandable. So what we're going to have you do here is I'm just going to have you sit in the back here, okay? I'm going to turn on the air for you in a second. That way you're not too hot. Are you a hot-blooded or cold-blooded kind of guy?
I am very cold-blooded. I prefer cold.
At this time, Brian was still joking with the police. He used puns to show that he was very cold-blooded and wanted the temperature in the police car to be lower.
Well, no, actually, sorry. Hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. So you prefer the cold. Okay, fantastic. All right. So hop in here. I know you're tall, so it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but like I said, I'll get that air on for you.
Sorry about that.
All right. All right, Brian. We're headed to the sheriff's office, and your family's going to go with us, okay?
It was under this bridge.
On the way to the police station, Brian suddenly told the police it was under this bridge. The police did not react to this statement at the time. However, during later interrogations, Brian confessed that he had dumped the rest of the victim's body under the bridge they had just passed. As a result, the police immediately went to search the area.
There's an arm, there's another arm.
Okay, hold on. Do some pictures. Start right now.
There's another one.
I don't have a clue. Okay.
This is like something out of TV.
Yeah.
Just having a discussion with the deputy chief about how these kids don't have any remorse. Right, here's a leg. So that could be the upper arm or a leg.
Well, there's 3. There, and there.
If you guys, we can just ask for a...
I'm switching to primary, hold on.
But if we can get the lab out here, that would be the best thing.
Yeah, get forensics out here.
In fact, during the interrogation at the police station, the suspect's mother suddenly recalled that the previous evening, her son had accidentally driven into the river. Therefore, she and her son had called the police for assistance.
Is your son right here?
Yep.
Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure, I
Appreciate
mean,
it, man.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here? Because
That's fine. Because he had
Okay, that's fine. I did not know that. No, please stay in the car. All right. Nobody else in the car?
nope.
Okay.
Just us. I'm the father, that's the mother, and this is our son. He just called us
Sounds
20
good.
minutes ago and said, Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I tried to get out of the car and it slid down.
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
No, just a little
Okay.
cold is all.
Just beside your pride a little bit.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license by any chance?
Thankfully,
What were you doing down here, bud?
well, I felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here?
Brian told the police that he had parked at the dock and accidentally reversed into the river. Throughout the conversation with the police, Brian was laughing and appeared very relaxed. The police had no idea that the young man in front of them was on his way to dispose of the rest of the victim's body, and accidentally drove into the river in the dark. However, shortly after Brian returned home, the police quickly noticed something unusual.
Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
So the back bumper, I don't know, you can probably see it from here. It's a lot of red on the back of that, dripping down it all a little bit. That's underneath the license plate, a little area right there. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of red, which means looks like blood.
Blood?
Yeah. I don't know if did your son hurt himself on his way
I
out
don't
at all?
know.
He might have, and he just didn't know it. I don't know.
That's why I'm asking. It's a good question. He's at home. Does he make sure he's not got a cut or
He just said he's going to bed.
something out on him somewhere that he's not aware of? Maybe because his adrenaline was a little high. Maybe just have him do like a self-check, make sure he's okay.
Hello?
Brian, are you okay? They see blood on the back bumper of the vehicle.
Really?
Yeah, did you get hurt?
No, what?
Are you sure you don't have any injuries?
No, I'm fine. There's blood on it?
What?
We're not sure.
We're not sure. It's a red, something red underneath the license plate.
Similar blood stain.
Oh, no.
All right, but you're not injured. You don't have any cuts,
No, I don't know what would cause blood or whatever it is on the bumper.
but you're not injured.
No, I'm not injured.
Although the police found bloodstains in the trunk of the car, Brian explained that he had previously attended a special makeup training course, so the fake blood in the trunk might have spilled. The police believed this explanation that night, and did not suspect Brian any further. Now let's return to the interrogation room with the suspect, Brian. He did not show any signs of anxiety or fear like a normal person. On the contrary, he appeared excited and amused.
And how did you get here?
I murdered someone.
Okay. Just start back to the beginning and go slow and tell me as many details as you can remember.
So,
Because, I mean, Murray going to jail for the 15 years probably.
I have no idea.
Because
We're at the beginning.
it's murder.
As soon as the interrogation began, Brian straightforwardly admitted to his crime. Typically, investigators must use a series of psychological techniques to break down a suspect's mental barriers to obtain a confession. Brian's behavior was a typical response of a personality disorder. However, to receive a reduced sentence due to mental illness, Brian would need to meet many other conditions.
I mean, I'm going to jail for 20 probably, but so I figured, why fight it?
Okay. So what's important to me is to learn as much about you and what you did and as I can.
Well,
As many details as you can give me, the better.
let's see. Yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon, and I figured I could see so well, why not drive out? I am in a bad state of mind at that time. I have major depressive disorder, so I am not thinking, shall say, positively.
Okay.
And I'm cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through, and I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office.
So we were at the bridge?
Yes, I was at the bridge. I was cruising. So, there was a road underneath, right? Under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, those vinyl gloves, by printing your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Okay.
He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I don't know why I call him an old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Ah!" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. It's okay if I do a demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy.
It is evident that Brian took great pleasure in recounting the crime scene. He was eager to share his brutal actions with the investigator. This often characterizes narcissistic personality disorder, with an extremely self-centered nature and an excessive need for superiority. This leads them to view violent behavior as a way to demonstrate power and dominance, making them feel proud of their crimes.
You know, Brian, I have to ask, a lot of people that we have talked with,
they're silent.
Well, or they're just not as well spoken as you are, to be honest with you. You're very articulate.
I think I'm bad with words.
No, I actually think you're really articulate. And you talked about you were just kind of in a bad space that night.
It was, yes.
Okay. Why were you in a bad space?
I didn't take my medicine, and plus for years I was wondering what murder would feel like, because you read Ted Bundy and the Zodiac, they all say murder is the best feeling in the world. So I'm like, I'm going to try that. So for some time I had been wondering when it would happen. I always knew I would be in this building, whether it was as a criminal or a police officer.
According to court records, Brian had a long history of mental illness. He was diagnosed with depression, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and autism, requiring long-term medication. Brian also mentioned that he chose a homeless person as his target because they often have less social connection and fewer acquaintances. This would reduce the chances of being discovered when they went missing, thereby decreasing the risk of being caught by the police.
So, to see what it felt like, what did it feel like?
It was intense. It was a rush of adrenaline. My whole body was shaking. Not like out of fear. It was like... It wasn't fear. It was just pure... What's the word? Excitement, I suppose. Not excitement as in joy, just excitement as in increased heartbeat, sweating, that type of thing.
Like an adrenaline jump?
Yeah. Although I wasn't breaking a sweat killing the guy. It was quite easy.
Well, did you enjoy it or not enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it? I don't know. Just sort of neutral of the whole thing. didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it. If I go back that night, probably wouldn't have done it, knowing what it felt like, knowing how this will all turn out. I wouldn't have done it.
What did you think it was going to feel like?
I thought it would be the best feeling in the world.
You said you didn't feel much of anything.
Excitement.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But other than that, no.
Well, let us step out and figure out where we're going next, okay?
Okay.
Subsequent information revealed that the victim was Mr. Warren, 69 years old. Although he was homeless, contrary to Brian's expectations, he loved reading books and had many friends in the community. Neighbors reported this during later interviews. Warren loved standing in the same corridor day after day to feed the birds and read his favorite detective novels. He often refused all forms of gifts, didn't care about money or food, but only cared about friendship. After Mr. Warren's incident, the neighbors in the community kept the chair he used to sit on daily to read, in his memory. In February 2023, during the trial, Brian pled not guilty to first-degree murder on the grounds of being mentally ill at the time of the crime, and should not be held criminally responsible under Colorado law for being legally insane. When faced with a murder charge, the lawyer must prove that the defendant could not distinguish right from wrong due to mental illness or psychological defect. During the trial, the prosecutor argued that Brian had planned the murder for months, specifically targeting homeless individuals, and tried to dispose of the victim's body to avoid responsibility. This indicated that he understood the consequences of his actions. After 2 days of detailed deliberation, the jury concluded that Brian was guilty of first-degree murder. Finally, the judge sentenced Brian to life imprisonment without parole. A documentary about the case sparked heated debates after it was released in the U.S. The brutal actions against an unknown and unresented target, along with the cold, emotionless nature caused by a personality disorder, horrified viewers as if a real demon had appeared before the public. This brought the issue of mental illness back into the spotlight in America.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.